that is like a little bit more practical, less academical, like to don't be bored. So this is me. I'm Stefano Brosini. I'm from Italy. I'm a waste management consultant. I work in this sector by the last 10 years. Mainly, I'm working with local government, national government, and I had my research into publication one. It's in World Bank. The other one is in this paper that is made with CAF, that is Banco de Desarrollo dell'America Latina. It's like the World Bank for Latin American countries. I will show you later. This is my city, that is like in the northeast of Italy. It's the most industrialized province in Europe. Brescia, Bergamo. The city is small, it's about 200,000 people, but the province is 1.4 million, and it's actually the province with highest industrial effect in the European Union. So, here you can see like the places where I'm working or having cooperation. Mostly of my projects are made in Italy. I manage over 90 municipalities, but I will show you later the other things. So, the main problem about waste, so I'm concentrating of what was present in a lot of speeches about circular economy. I'm going practical, I like home users. So, the world is very, very different in waste production. So, high income, low income, it's completely different in water production. And the production. So in high income, food and green waste, it's about 40%. If you move, for example, on upper middle income or lower income, you see that the food waste it's increasing a lot. If I check, for example, this is Latin American country, but also if I check about Asia, it's mainly the same. So you can see why this data is very important. Lower the income, and less thing that you don't need, you will buy. So you need food. So the main problem is that when you have to analyze the waste treatment sector, the most important part is food and waste, food and green waste. Example of Latin America, just to understand what is the state now. This is a regular state of Latin American countries. So this is not something illegal. It's a regular. In Spanish it's called vertedero, it's like a landfill, but it's something super normal. This is Cologne, into the street. Why it's important to show these images? Because when I'm working in these places, I need to explain to the people that it's not normal. Because if you see every day, it's normal. So, this is center of Panama. So, imagine that Panama is the richest Latin American country with the highest GDP per capita. And this is like how it looks. Another example, this is Rio de Janeiro area, where as company with the cooperation of Lixo Zero Brazil, that is like the zero waste, are trying to do some project. This is La Rocinha, that is the biggest favela in South America. We don't know how many people live between 200,000 and half a million. The problem is about the waste that you see there. It's okay, but the majority in the top part throw everything in the water channel, so we find all the waste at the sea. So this is like only like a collection to show to the people what is the results of the system. So what I'm going to show today is something new about the pilot project that we are preparing. In the red you can see like it is like the Latam project, US and Azerbaijan for Central Asia. So the idea is to start the first project in December, so this year, in Bahia. This is like one town that is called Mata de São João. Brazil are very good in ideas, but actually not good in logistics. So what I did, like in 2020 I gave some advice to create, for example, a local composting plant in 1 year and a half. It's realized, so from zero, now we're managing the compost of one hotel that is 7,000 people inside the hotel between employers and tourists. This is another example how to reduce like food waste. This is like the use of on the left of AI to analyze the food scraps and the food waste. So you can analyze what the people throw and to reduce the type of food in the menu. The other one, they took out all the PET water bottle from the mini bar, so there is only this glass bottle and you refill it, so eliminate all the PET. This is a plant of separation. When we were talking about circular economy, this is like the plant that is authorized from for a collection of Coca-Cola Northeast Brazil. That one is like an optical selector, so you can throw materials of the same type. I can select everything by color or type, and so if in one time of the market it's more valuable PET blue, I select that type. Another one is like in Panama, that is Pedazzi. It's in the southern part. It's very touristical part of Panama, but the problem is that this is a situation that you have in all Latin America. You have this type of people that is called in Portuguese catadoras, in Spanish recicladoras. So the problem is that these people are operating in super disaster condition, selecting the waste inside the landfill. So the idea is like to change the work of these people working for a cooperative with a regular salary and take it out in this condition. So type of urban construction in Panama, it's very easy because it's like low houses. You have a skyscraper only in Panama City, so the rest it's very easy to manage. Another project that I have now, it's Denver, Colorado. It's in the District 7. It's like one district, about 7,000 people. We are trying to start a project in US. You have to know that US, it's not good in waste management. So average recycling in US, it's lower than 20%. Italy, for example, it's over 65%. The German friends have to forgive me now, because Germany technically it's the best in the world, but only because it's considered waste to energy recycling. So in reality, in Europe now the best it's Italy in recycling. Recycling, I'm talking about real recycling, not separate and burn. So this is the example in Colombia. It is an island that probably I will manage to do in front of Nicaragua. Baku, Azerbaijan, now this week there is a COP in Azerbaijan. They wanted to do a project also there. Let's see. So, just for you to know the situation of Singapore, the recycling it's going down, so it's not going well. So they are not reaching the target that they put in the zero waste paper. So the system it's mainly working everywhere. I'm showing the Italian model, but it's a model that I'm using for the last 10 years. It's working very well with Latin people. Why? Because with Latin people you put a rule. We are different from Germans. So you put a rule and you do like this. Germans or Nordic rule, they go strict. So we are less boring in law. So the main thing is that you need to put like an economical personal advantage to do the system. If I say to you, let's do it to save the world, nobody will do it, 5%. So I need to convince the other 95%. The other 95% I convince, like with a calculation of the real volume of trash that they produce. So the taxation is it's proportional to the trash not recycled. Magically, when you put money on the table, all the people do recycling. So this is an example how we do the calculation. You put an RFID on the bag or on the bin. There is an antenna on the truck or on the operator, and we make the calculation of the volume produced. So we can check everything about, for example, the tracking of the truck. This is Cagliari in Sardinia. the list that you can see, it's like every line it's a user, so I can check how many waste we produced, the time that it show up, everything. And why fastly the street collection it's not a good solution, because the street bins is like a magnet for littering. So in any, before was Italy, this is Brazil, it's the same result. And the other thing it's that we have a very high contamination with the street collection. On the left you can see food waste from street collection, right, door by door. This is like food collection. So I cannot do compost with Pepsi or glasses. So the main problem is that you can have high level of separation from street collection, but low level of recycling. This is what is happening in Italy. It's increasing the blue line, the level of separation, but also the gap with the recycling. So what we are doing now is like to work to increment the level of the quality of the material. This I will skip. So another example. This is one part of Italy that, for example, it's the common name for Germany, so Südtirol. So the mentality of Südtirol, if you don't know what is it, it's like German but with Italian taxes. Okay, so in this part, technically there is 81% of separate collection. It's like Madonna di Campiglio. So what is the problem? When we check what there is inside, because in the first one there is like one fixed volume that you have to pay to use it. So what we found that in the recycling it was 50% of trash. So like they cheated the system. So if you put it on the street, it's not working. The system, it's very easy how we do it. It's like a 5-stream model. So it's like food waste. I will show you fastly. We have like a calendar. Every day we have one type of the collection. You show up on the street. So there is like door-by-door collection and with 5 streams. For example, in US, the maximum that you have is 3 streams. The system is a little bit different from Germany, because in Germany you have big bins. What we found is that biggest is the volume and biggest is the production. So what we are doing is like reducing the size of the bin maximum 40 liters. I can give you the presentation after. Paper and cardboard, glass, plastic, metal and packaging. Why I stop here? Because this is the most problematic thing, because the people don't understand what is the difference between item and packaging. So that bottle that you have over there, value on the market, it's 300 euro for ton. This pen, it's 1 euro for ton if I took one piece of plastic. So if I put together and I say normally to my children at the school, they say to me 301, but it's 0. So we need to explain to the people that for having a big value, we need to separate packaging from items. So food waste, the secret to make it working, we use like a 10 liter that is an aerated system with this type of like bag that is in paper. With this one, you have, for example, in Germany it doesn't exist this one because it's more usable with bioplastic. But with this one, you have like you can dry the food waste. So there is a carton in the bottom, and with this system we can create a double, let's say, final results, because we reduce the smell and the volume. Then we put everything like in biodigester plants like this one. This one is new, it's in Milan. And from this one we can generate methane, CO2. For example, if you know the water San Pellegrino, the CO2 from San Pellegrino is from a plant like this one. So it's not from, so it's from food waste. The biodigester, it's very simple. A lot of plants like this are generating methane. And the circular economy, the trucks that are collecting the waste are fed by this biomethane, not by diesel or benzene. Okay, fastly. The other important part is the communication and participation process. I was talking about like the role of the people between 35 and 50. The problem of these ages that they don't participate in the participation process. So I have to work with the children because the children are going to the family and do like the inverse education. The activity with the people, it's very useful, but maximum we have a participation of 5-10% of the population. So the activity with the school, it's like very, very important. We say in Italy, like if Maometto don't go to the mountains go to Maomet, okay, to Muhammad. This is like the same, you don't have a location, the people don't come to the municipality, we went to any place, like a church, whatever, I don't care, so waste is everything. Zoom, okay. So, the case study, just to end, this is the results of 11 years of work. You can see at the beginning, the percentage of separate collection was an average 30%. Now we are average over 75% with peak of 90%. The most important thing is this one, it's the reduction of trash to landfill or incineration. This is like the production in kilograms of all the municipality for years. At the beginning was 4.5 ton, now it's about 1 and something. So these materials is not disappeared, but it was recycled materials that went to landfill or incineration before. So this is practical circular economy. We are creating materials that you can use. One case study, Rico del Golfo di Spezia, it was one of the worst municipalities in Italy for collection. From 13%, now we are 90%. And also here you can see fastly what is happening when you change the system. When you have the inversion of the lines between yellow and blue, the blue is recycling and the yellow, the light green, it's trash. So you see that the production was 390 kilograms of trash before, now it's 40 kilograms. So it's huge difference, trust me. If you like expand the system to a nation, you don't need landfill anymore. So Cagliari, that is like 150,000 inhabitants, it's the same results from 30% to now over 80%. Just to understand the quantity, before it was 65,000 tons of trash per year, now it's 14,000. So it's 50,000 tons less of trash in 1 year. Okay. Last thing, is it working but only rich countries? No, I made this project in 2018 in Romania. It's very interesting because it's Eastern Europe, so it's a mentality that's very different from us. I went in 2017 in the northern part of Romania, but it's a little bit different because it's more like Hungary. So it's a little bit more German mindset in the, like visual area. So the town of 200,000 inhabitants, they say it's not possible. So we took one town of 3,000, and the Romanian politicians said to me, it will be 20 years to change the mentality of the people. Okay, in 1 month we reached 65% of recycling from 3%. So from this small town, I'm finishing. From this small town, in 1 year, 58 municipalities changed the system, and in 4 years, the town that they said it's impossible to change the system, using my system now. Okay. So, just to make like a quick results, the systems must be simple, not complicated, huge participation process that include the people, the activity, factories, association and children, and the training of a permanent school population, like not once and finish, every year, because you are teaching to the next generation and to families. So, okay, the last thing that someone will kill me now, but I'm finishing. So it's one thing that I do normally in school, if you want to try, like you need to move one piece and give me 4 triangles. Anybody want to try? So this thing is, nobody studied sociology or psychology. This one is something that it's used in university just to show the divergent thinking. So if you try to make 4 geometrical triangles, it's impossible. So the solution is very easy. So with the children, I have below 5% of children that make the solution. With adults, mainly 0%. So why I'm showing this? Because with the same mentality that we produce the problem, the waste, we cannot solve the problem. So we need to change the mindset. Like the previous speaker said, if we don't change the mindset, also with the separation of waste, you cannot solve the problem. So thank you for the attention. If you want any information, any data, I can share everything with you. Any questions? No questions. So
Later.